Ms. Carolyn, and I just wanted to say thank you for the opportunity to have us here to speak to you today. I've been trying to get through to you for several times. I've called to try to make appointments, and so I'll try to do the best I can. I'm a little nervous about speaking in public. I am obviously I'm black, and I do have disability, and I'm low income. I've lived in Portland for almost 15 years. It's about 15 years, and the process, or more. I was here when the process of gentrification first started in Northeast Portland, and you know, when this issue hit the black community, there wasn't too much concern about it until it started hitting the dominant minority community. But that's not my point. The point is, as a disabled person and being on low income, the situation is very complex because there are laws that prevent people who receive SSDI from having a certain amount of money to even be able to live in an apartment. That is Section 8. That is considered affordable housing. Then once you have a certain amount of income, you pay that toward the housing, then that forces another problem on the system. You have to go and try to get maxed out as much as food stamps as you can. And then if you're living, then you got the food stamps, and then you have the issue with the housing. Then there are other laws that says, well, you can't have any money in the bank, a certain amount of money in the bank. Because if you have that, then that's going to affect your health insurance. So then we'll cut your benefits here and then add here and take away there. And that's where many of us stand, and that's why we're not going anywhere, and that's why I'm here today to try to help. I wanted an appointment to try to help explain this to you so you can understand you're making decisions that affect us. And so you need to hear the voices of us. We've heard you. We've seen the decisions you've made, and it's not blame, but it's without our voices. Does that make sense?
It does. Thank you so much for bringing those thoughts here to us.
Yes, thank you. So I hope that I can call and get an appointment, and I can help you help us, and we can work together.
Thank you very much. There's more folks left.
The next three, last name is Lian, L-I-A-N, and then Cecilia Kim, K-E-M, yes. Joel Spector. Recording name, come on up. And then we're going with June Johnson.
That's not a seat behind Carla.
Steve Robert.
Please.
Or Margaret Black.
Okay, come on up. Well, please go ahead.
I've been working with a fair number of, excuse me, yes, Joel Speck.
Thanks, Joel.
Yes. I work with a large number of the nonprofits in town relative to this. I'm working with Community Alliance of Tenants, Right to the City, 350pdx.org, SolarCon, Jobs with Justice, Healthcare for All of Oregon, 15 now. I'll stop the list there, it goes on. I think it's obvious to all of us, and I think someone, although I forget who, had noted that there are a large number of problems that are affecting us, and that they're all interrelated, and that many of them go on the national level, the state level, as well as the local level. But Mr. Mayor, as you had pointed out in your meeting with Pope, this is the level at which we can actually get things done. I think that we have a real need for a more unified approach to approach the overall issue of throwing people under the bus. No slur on TriMet there, they do wonderful. The rental packages that have been proposed are really just Band-Aids. but we really need Band-Aids to stop the bleeding. I think Justin Murray spoke to the specifics of that. I'm not going to get into that. I had the great fortune to be talking with Stephen Kuntz in the Sustainability Office yesterday at a meeting he was addressing. And I want to follow his example. I'll prepare a more detailed proposal and send it to you in email. I think we have ways that we can approach this problem, and it involves breaking out of the rather small scale of thinking that we've been doing here. Right now, when you're trying to get feedback, I'm not going to toss that out. We have to.
No, thank you. We are looking for ideas, so we want you to keep them coming.
I don't think you know what you just asked for.
I'll take the chance.
Okay, you'll find out.
We're going to wrap up if we can.
Yeah, well, I'll stop there.
No, do keep them coming. Actually, I wanted to mention that earlier, that you've heard from Commissioner Saltzman and others here, some specific things we want to do with the state of emergency and also preventive protections, but we're also trying to get the community to come forward with ideas that during this state of emergency, we don't think we've got it all figured out at the front end, but we know that we've highlighted the problem. So
Well, in
we want to
fact,
encourage
Mayor, let's just acknowledge that a good number of the most significant proposals that are before us were proposed by the community.
That's right.
And between the declaration of an intent to declare an emergency and the community helping us define what the response should be, we've moved very far, very quickly. And I take my hat off to advocates, community members who have been with a unified voice demanding that we act.
Don't stop. Thank you.
I won't.
Okay, welcome. Please.
Hello, my name is June Johnson, and the reason why I'm here is because my rent has gone up $350. So therefore, my rent will be $1145. I'm a senior, I'm 60 years of age. I'm disabled. I worked over 25 years with Mama County. I found affordable housing. I put my $50 deposit down. It's on North Williams. They have 75 apartments, 15 are affordable housing. The regular rent starts at $2,000. For the 2-bedroom, it will be $993. That's for the 60%, but if it was 50%, it would be $827. So with my income, I'm over $1,500, $1,600, but I am short $452. So therefore, I need a co-signer. The apartment I've been at now, I've been there 2 years, and before that, out of Florida Center, I was there for 15 years. I have an excellent housing, never been evicted or anything, and don't have a criminal record. So now I need a co-signer, and this co-signer needs to make $4,965 a month. And I'm having one hell of a time trying to find a co-signer. And I don't think that's fair. Like I said, not a criminal, don't have, no background, no drugs or no anything. I'm a missionary, I go to church, I do volunteer work, I mentor, I go into the prisons, I do my work and this and that, and I'm lost, I'm stuck, because they found a loophole to not accept me because of this cosigner. So, okay, what do I do now? Because I don't have a cosigner that makes almost $5,000 a month. But this is affordable housing that I applied for. Okay, so tell me, what can you do?
Well, there's some people in this room that I think can probably help you assume help. But you certainly highlighted the problem. Thank you. And again, there's some people here, I see them in the room that might want to talk with you before you leave.
I talk to a lot of people. I've been to stadium 3 times the last year and a half, and I helped them with $2 million one time and almost $100 million one year. And I had made all this money, I advocated, and now I have nothing to show for it. And so that's what I'm saying. These contractors, yes, they're coming over back over to North and Northeast. They want the minorities to come back, but they don't want us to live there. They're shutting us out. They're actually locking us out. So we really do need help. So please, whatever you can do, commissioners, please work on this. This is the last foot to get in the door. What I'm trying to say, seriously, I'm begging you, so please help us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming.
Mr. Mayor, Commissioners, my name is Cindy Robert, and I represent the Rental Housing Alliance of Oregon. We have about 1,900 members, 81% of whom own 10 units or less. Your mom and pop folks. You know, it's really hard for me to say after the stories you've heard because they're tragic, and it breaks my heart. But for the most part, the crisis that you're talking about and this ordinance is trying to address is not a landlord versus tenant issue. It's a rental market supply versus demand issue.
Those folks, let her speak. Go ahead.
Changing the rules on landlords does not lead to more housing. The same number of people will be in need of units. While you assume that more people will be able to stay put with this ordinance, you will see that unhappy neighbors will actually be leaving. The main reason landlords terminate tenants is not because they want more money, it's because they want more peace. Small landlords don't want to evict anyone, but sometimes it happens for the good of the community. The current Oregon law is 30 days, which to neighbors of bad actors seems like an eternity, those 30 days. Other tenants have the right to a safe community, and they should not have to wait 90 days to have one. The bad tenants will force the good ones to move out, leading to the exact displacement that your ordinance is trying to fix. Fact, for most landlords, it is not about aimlessly terminating tenants. It's about protecting residents. Please look at the requirements on landlords. What government has added to their obligations in the last 4 years. What other private business has as much regulation? What do they get in return for it? Property tax breaks? No. Low-cost loans? No. Income tax breaks? No. Business license credits? No. They pay taxes, they pay employees, they pay local fees, and they business, tenant, screening, zoning, and housing requirements. Landlords provide a service for people of this city.
Tenants
And
pay
there's
taxes.
good landlords, and they're all treated like pariahs. Another fact, if you want more of something, you remove barriers. If you want less, you put up barriers. The actions in this ordinance will not change the vacancy problem, but you do have the power to do that. And you were doing that by bringing down barriers to building more affordable housing, and we applaud you and want to help you with that.
Thank you. Thank you
Can
very
I,
much.
can I, just before we lose you, since you represent a trade association, does the RLA believe the council has the legal authority to regulate in this area?
Mr. Commissioner, my association has not taken up that issue. And
We're hearing from others that the lawsuit is imminent. Do you believe we have you don't have a position today as to whether we have the legal right to regulate?
Sir, my comments are mostly directed at the termination notice, not at the increasing rent notice. I think we probably have cause to do that.
And let me just say, if your industry believes that in taking up common sense renter protections, we're implying that landlords collectively are pariahs, I